My wife and I were able to rent a Silverado EV truck, and I just thought, man, I might want to compare it to my Lightning and see what's different about it. Although my Lightning's a Platinum, this is only a WT model Silverado, so I assume this is a lesser trim model. It's got 18-inch wheels, features that are a little bit different. The frunk in the front doesn't open automatically or close automatically, and it's a bit smaller than the frunk in the Ford, but still pretty spacious. You couldn't fit a set of golf clubs in there like the Ford, but there's plenty of room. Bumper jacks in here as opposed to behind the seat in the Ford, and that looks like yeah, a little toe hook for the front to pull it out of a ditch if it gets stuck, I guess. So in the bed, it has the same amount of outlets as my Ford. Tailgate on this truck isn't fully electric like the Lightning Platinum, but I assume they have a higher trim. This has got the 30-amp twist lock, and then 2 sets of 20-amp 110s. That's the same as the Ford Lightning. Couldn't tell you for sure if the spray-in bed liner came with the truck or if they added it to it. It's an Enterprise truck, so there's really no telling what they ordered. The seats in this truck are all manual. It's not electric at all, so it's definitely a work truck model. There's no start button anywhere in here, so I got the fob sitting here, and they say you just step on the brake. Boom, truck's on. So the interior of this truck's pretty basic, but it's a work truck. Seems like there's a lot more space in the back than what's in the Ford Lightning, which is interesting. Again, trim level aside, this is still a pretty nice truck. To shift it into gear, instead of a round knob down here, you've got a gear shift up here, and to put it in park, you push the button on the end. This is kind of a cool feature too. So if you're just driving and you stop and you get out, remember I told you just have to step on the brake and the truck starts as long as you got the fob. Well, if you just open the door to get out, it shuts off by itself. But since I've been sitting here, I'm already in park. You just go up here and hit the off button and tell it to shut the vehicle off. That's pretty cool. I was kind of let down by the charging ability of this truck so far. We brought it to the office and plugged it into a 60-amp charger that sends 48 amps to the vehicle, and it would only accept 9,000 watts at a time on the level 2 charger, which meant 25 hours to charge it to full. So needless to say, we didn't charge it to full because I didn't leave it at the office for overnight. That was a little bit concerning. Controls are a little bit different than the Ford Lightning. Your speed for your air conditioners down here, your temperatures or knobs down here. A lot of the stuff is done on the infotainment center and on the dash. So like to open your frunk up, it pops it open, but again, it doesn't raise it all the way. It's got the tow package on here. There's your tow settings. The steering wheel is electric, but not much else is on this model. Let's see what we got down here. Got a charging pad for the phone. Got a port down here. A cigarette lighter. A couple of USB-Cs. Storage in the center console. I did forget to mention there's a 20-amp single pole 110 outlet in the frunk. This back here is 20-amp 110 plug in the back, 2 USB-Cs, some AC vents, lots more leg room, I think, than the Ford. A little bit of storage under the seat. Here's what the backup camera looks like. Backing up. Makes a little bit of a cool sci-fi sound as I'm backing up. I took it for a ride, and not surprising. It drives just like a Chevy. I mean, everything about it's a regular Silverado, except it's got a battery instead of a combustion engine. But man, the truck handles nice, it rides smooth. It's a great truck with over 100 miles more range than my Lightning, which is totally impressive. It's a way larger battery, which also means I could backfeed my house for a longer amount of time. Pretty amazing truck. Those are really cool features. I was backing up and I was getting close to a bush. Rather than just beeping at you, the Ford Lightning just beeps at you. This one had like a vibration right under my thighs here in the seat. Like, hey, stop what you're doing. That was kind of cool. There's a side-by-side comparison of the two trucks. Again, mine's a Platinum and the Chevy's a WT, so it's not a fair comparison, but size-wise, about the same height, same bed height, same length. Maybe the Chevy's a little bit longer. Yeah, it looks a little bit more stout too. So this is one thing that I thought was pretty cool. In my truck, charge port's on the driver's side in the front. On a Tesla, it's on the driver's side in the rear. On the Chevy truck, it's on the driver's side in the rear, which means they can back up to a Tesla supercharger if they're compatible yet. I don't know that Chevy is, but it's got the same exact plug as mine. And I'm gonna try out the Ford's Charge Station Pro and see if it'll charge that any faster than 9,000 watts and any quicker than 25 hours, because that was kind of bad. But overall, this is a great truck, great looking truck. Looks beefy, looks pretty stout. I'm pretty impressed by it, and it's got over 100 miles more range than my truck. It's pretty amazing. So I got the Ford Pro Charge Station connected, and yeah, it's a lot better. It says that I can charge by 10:30, which is less than 6 hours away, to 80%. And as an EV owner, I don't level 2 charge for anything less than 100% because I do a lot of miles. Of course, on a level 3 DC fast charge, I'm only going to charge to 80 because it throttles at 80. But level 2 at home, I'm going to 100%. So it says it would take me until 12:45, so 8 hours. It's not bad. 8 hours from a 30% charge to a full charge on a 100 amp EV level 2 charger that sends 80 amps to the car. That's, yeah, what's it say here? 34 miles per hour, 35 miles an hour is what it's charging at. It's a pretty good rate, man. I'm impressed. I'm not ready to trade in the Ford because I really love my Ford, but this is a great truck and drives well, handles well. I'd get a higher trim level just because I'm bougie, but man, this Chevy is really, really impressive.